Welcome to the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power Regional Science Bowl 23. I'm Rasha Goel. I'm at the LADWP headquarters in downtown Los Angeles. While this auditorium may seem quiet now, in just a few hours it'll be filled with hundreds of student scientists. After a day-long series of competitions between teams from across LA, they'll gather here for the final match. With a shared passion for math, science, and technology, these students represent 25 public, private parochial, and charter schools throughout the area. 42 teams will be competing, but only one regional champion will win and travel to Washington, D.C. for the National Science Bowl.
It invigorates you.
It pushes me to a higher limit that I did not expect myself to reach before.
It's a group of most intelligent people in the school, and you get to be around them, and they push your limits.
I just love the people in it. I love that my friends are there. I love that it gets to challenge our knowledge in science and just the teamwork.
A lot of times you don't feel as smart as everyone else, so you have to really work hard to study to become as smart as everyone else.
What is the Science Bowl? It's a game show buzzer-style competition. Teams of high school students compete to answer college-level science, math, and technology questions. This isn't just a test of knowledge, though. It requires timing, strategy, and teamwork. The Science Bowl is one of the largest academic high school competitions in the nation, and it's sponsored by the United States Department of Energy Office of Science. The winner of this regional competition will join 68 teams from across the United States. 4 of the winning teams at LADWP's Regional Science Bowl have gone on to the national championship, and 7 others have placed among the top 5 teams. So the winners of today's competition will be hard to beat. After a mandatory scrimmage a month earlier, over 200 students across 42 teams compete today during the first stage of the competition, the round-robin tournament. All morning long, teams compete against others in their division. In the afternoon, the top 16 teams face off in a double elimination tournament. Finally, the 2 top teams will face each other for the championship.
The people here are really nice and easygoing. I was kind of scared that it was going to be really nerve-wracking, but it's been a lot of fun.
I mean, although I can't answer every question correctly, it's pretty fun and good learning experience too.
I thought it was interesting, just like the camaraderie of it, and it's a different sort of dynamic.
I like to see any kind of academic competition is a good thing. They're trying to get prepared for college, and the Science Bowl is a good way to do that.
Each team at the Science Bowl has its own approach to preparing for the competition. Some meet once a week, while others meet every day. Some teams practice at lunch or after school, while others also meet at home. We're going to visit Science Bowl teams from Palisades Charter High School, Francisco Bravo Medical Magnet High School, Los Angeles Center for Enriched Studies, and North Hollywood High School. Though they're from schools across the city, all Science Bowl competitors share a love for science.
As a solid, right?
It's fair, it's fun. Kids get excited, and there are not that many opportunities in science where kids can have fun and compete, and this is one great example.
1.4.
I think it's just a thrilling and adrenaline pumping experience.
I'm pretty good at science, so it was just natural.
CO2. I didn't get, no, what was CAO? I got CO2, I got CO3. What's CAO? Math, multiple choice. Which of the following points lies in the solution set for the system of 2 inequalities? 2y minus, it is, but you didn't specify.
Right now we're at my house. Not only does the team have to put in a lot of effort outside of school, because that's a lot of time studying, a lot of time meeting up with your members to hold practices, etc. But it also takes a lot of drive to stick with it. For us, Science Bowl is very much a family.
It kind of surprised me because I never really thought that he would be interested in Science Bowl, but he found this interest and he's kept with it all these years, and it's really ignited a passion with him.
Science Bowl appeals to me because I really enjoy reading about topics that interest me, such as like biology, and just in general, I like to improve, and I like the whole mentality of Science Bowl in that one is constantly studying, but also you're learning about the world.
While Science Bowl team members share a love for science, they have other interests as well. Brandon Yang is an aspiring artist and a golfer too. Right now though, today, he's focused on one thing, Science Bowl. Francisco Bravo Medical Magnet High School's Science Bowl team is also working hard to prepare for the competition.
Is most likely to undergo which of the following kinds of reactions?
I've taken this paradigm of thinking into my academics in general, in that I'm not working just to memorize facts from a book, but I'm also trying to find the deeper connections between various systems.
I guess it's really the community of just like-minded people that I liked most about Science Bowl, and of course the science itself.
Like, I was really curious as to why a whole bunch of people were like crowded around like one piece of paper at some times, trying to figure out the right answer to a question.
Secretion of hydrochloric acid is stimulated by which hormone? A, Captain.
Gastrin?
Correct, you have 4 points.
What Science Bowl has done to me is it's opened up my view of sciences. It has given me pretty much a reason to go into each one of the sciences and see which one interests me the most.
The thing I most love about Science Bowl is the gratitude I feel when I buzz in, I interrupt and I get that question right.
There's a lot of nice people, it's a safe place, there's a lot of learning going on, everybody's interested in it, and it's just a great place to be.
I want to warn you about one thing here. We're getting just a couple of weeks away from competition. I realize that. I realize that you have 8, 9, 10 other events happening at the same time. And there is a temptation to start giving up or to not be studying at your fullest. But when you get to Science Bowl Day, when you get to competition, you make it onto that stage, and I guarantee you, any fatigue that you're feeling right now will disappear.
Kevin, a full time?
Here too, Science Bowl competitors practice beyond the classroom. Today, they're over at Kevin's home.
Unpaired electrons allowed by the poly.
Just like many things, once you get started, it becomes like your momentum builder. You start building onto things, and then so Science Bowl itself is something that you can build on. You get this rush from Science Bowl like that you really don't generally get from taking a test or giving a presentation.
On the day of the Science Bowl, the Francisco Bravo team is ready to go. Lunchtime practice for the Science Bowl team at Palisades Charter High School is a long-standing tradition. It's a meeting of the minds and a place to share a passion for scientific exploration.
Science has always been my passion ever since I was a little kid, and I grew up in a scientific environment of sorts. So Science Bowl is one way to demonstrate that passion, and especially with competitive setting and everything, it allows me to display what I know and what I still have to learn.
I'm really interested in science. It's definitely something I want to study in the future. I love that it allows me to keep whatever I've learned. I get to practice it every day so I don't forget what I've learned, and it's just really fun to practice cooperation and competition with my teammates. We have to count on each other, we have to trust each other to know the answers, and we also know that we have to encourage each other to study the topics and learn the topics, because that's the way we learn.
W opposition, X superior.
And it's just a means of having really motivated, really strong students come together in a shared experience. And yes, it's a competition, but it's also very friendly at the same time.
North Hollywood High School has won 15 regional championships, 8 national trophies for placing among the top 5 teams, and even 1 national championship. They have a tradition of winning, but with a rare loss last year, they're eager to prove once again they've got what it takes.
When you're on a team that's won that many times, it's clear what's expected, and so they take it really seriously and they put in a lot of hours.
You have to remind people why you're the captain and why North Hollywood is a great team. So I guess you kind of have to set an example. It was really neat kind of mixing the Jeopardy kind of buzzer style competition format with the knowledge of science and mathematics, which I think is something really important in today's society.
Y, attracted to a magnet. Z.
It's just an opportunity to force myself to learn a little bit outside of regular school classes, and it is really enjoyable. Study what you love, so don't feel forced to study something like biology or chemistry because there's nobody else on your team doing it. You should really pick something that you enjoy and learn as much about it as you can because you enjoy learning it.
I like science, I like learning, I like understanding how the world works and why it works.
Z, none of the above. X is correct.
I think the biggest surprise for me after I joined Science Bowl was finding out how social and how much fun it is. Aside from just studying and showing off your knowledge, there's a really big social aspect and we're all really good friends.
Without the depth of knowledge, you will not be able to buzz in a lot of questions. And without confidence, you wouldn't be buzzing at all. So with the combination of the two, that would make a great Science Bowl player.
Science Bowl really rewards open-ended studying. Science Bowl, there are no parameters as to what constitutes a fair question and what doesn't. Really anything goes, and it gets very advanced.
I mean, it's not an accident that North Hollywood has gone to Washington 15 out of the last 17 years. I mean, that doesn't happen by accident. So it's something that gets passed on from year to year, and I just feel lucky to be part of it.
On behalf of LADWP and our government leaders and our management, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to LADWP Science Bowl 23.
While today's Science Bowl competitors are still high school students, in a few years, it's possible that some of today's competitors might move on to careers with the LADWP in labs, electrical, mechanical, and structural engineering, or information technology. For over a century, LADWP has been on the forefront of water and power technology. With the Science Bowl, the LADWP is encouraging the next generation of young scientists and visionaries to learn from the past and look to the future. In that spirit, this year's Science Bowl theme celebrates the International Year of Light.
Relative humidity, because as it go up, it can't do as much, so that would go up.
Yeah, and it's definitely not pressure. So W, that's what I think.
Anything else, you guys?
Okay, W.
That is correct.
Uric acid?
That is correct.
Yeah. Yes. Wait. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11.
To make the LADWP Regional Science Bowl happen, it takes an army of more than 100 volunteers. Many are longtime LADWP employees, and some are retirees. Some Science Bowl alumni return too. Hank Sneddon competed in 2012 with the team at the Sherman Oaks Center for Enriched Studies. Today, he studies at Harvard University.
The most important thing that Science Bowl gave me was intellectual eagerness to learn and curiosity, right? And I think that is an essential trait, in college or any, endeavor that you're doing. Not only are you learning science, but you're also learning teamwork, right? I think that's really important. Science Bowl was everything to my academic endeavors.
That is not correct.
By midday, the competition is down to just 16 teams, who will now participate in the double elimination tournament. But for everyone else, the challenge is far from over. The hands-on competition, sponsored by the Water and Power Community Credit Union, is about to begin. Held in memory of Franklin Liu, an LADWP electrical engineer who helped create and develop it, the competition features a different challenge every year, putting a team's problem-solving skills to a practical test.
So today's challenge is a little bit of a mixture of strategy, planning ahead, following directions. The first set that the kids have to do are answer a series of questions. Then they get a clue. They have to go look around somewhere in the department for the answer, come back, and then they get to go to the store where they can purchase items that they'll use to build a tower. In the end, the score will be a composition of all of the challenges, which is based on the questions, the total amount of points that they get from the questions, from answering the clues, and from building the tower.
By late in the afternoon, after 150 intense matches, only 2 teams are left on stage. North Hollywood High School Team A and, for the first time, Francisco Bravo Medical Magnet High School Team A. Will North Hollywood regain its title, or will Francisco Bravo emerge victorious? The match begins. Francisco Bravo is off to a fast start, but North Hollywood soon recovers, and by the end of the first half, it's a close game. With the score 32-44, the match is still close enough that it can go either way. The entire day is down to these last few minutes.
Becomes less prominent during metaphase.
It should be wide because it's microtubules.
Okay. But isn't that active filaments?
Active filaments? No, microtubules are made of active.
Okay.
Why?
Y is correct. 10 points for Team A. Toss up for both teams. Math. Short answer. What is the value of log base 2 of 4 times log base 4 of 6 times log base 6 of 8 times log base 8 of 16? A3.
8.
Incorrect. B2.
16.
Correct answer is 4. Toss up. Chemistry, multiple choice. Chemistry, multiple choice. What is the oxidation state of chromium in the coordination compound of charge plus 3 that is formed from the reaction of 5 ammonia ligands and 1 chloride ligand with the central chromium ion? Interrupt. A captain.
+4.
+4 is correct. 4 points for Team A.
Yeah, I was waiting for the choices. I was like,
Can you stop the clock, please? All right, the bonus is chemistry, multiple choice. What reagent could be used to transform ethanoic acid into acetyl chloride? W, hydrogen chloride. X, sodium chloride. Y, thionyl chloride. Z, magnesium chloride.
why?
Y is correct. 10 points for Team A. Toss up for both teams. Energy, short answer. Indicate all of the following 3 statements that are true regarding biofuels. 1. Used vegetable oil can be processed into biodiesel. 2. Bioethers act as octane rating enhancers. 3. Ethanol contains less energy per unit of volume than gasoline. A captain.
1 and 3.
Incorrect. B captain.
1 and 2.
Correct answer, all of them. 1, 2, and 3. Toss up for both teams, Earth and space, short answer. What phase of a star's lifetime on the HR diagram involves a hydrogen shell burning around an inert helium core? A1.
Red giant.
Incorrect. B2.
Main sequence.
Subgiant. Correct answer is subgiant branch. Toss up for both teams, physics, multiple choice. By which of the following decay modes does a proton and electron turn into a neutron and emit an electron neutrino? W, beta minus. Interrupt. A1.
Beta plus decay.
Incorrect. 4 points for Team B. I'll reread the question for them. By which of the following decay modes does a proton and an electron turn into a neutron and emit an electron neutrino? W, beta minus decay. X, beta plus decay. Y, electron capture decay. Z, bound state decay. B, Captain.
W.
Correct answer is Y.
I challenge. Beta plus and electron capture are the same thing.
It was a multiple choice question, and you had to give exactly the answers, the choices as they were written.
But one of the answer choices was beta plus decay.
Can you stop the clock, please?
Yeah.
Judges?
Electron capture is not the same as beta plus. Electron capture is the same
as beta plus.
What makes it different, if I may ask? What makes it different, if I may ask?
You are correct. Counselor, you are correct.
Okay, so we're going to accept beta minus? No, okay. Yeah, on multiple choice questions, any answer other than WXYZ has to be exactly the answer that is given in the question. So we're going to move on to the next toss-up question. Please start the clock when I read the subject. Biology, multiple choice. Which of the following instruments would be used to perform a polymerase chain reaction in a molecular biology lab? W, microtome. Interrupt, B3.
Thermocycler.
That is correct. 4 points for Team B. The bonus, biology, short answer. A deficiency in which vitamin causes pernicious anemia?
So the one that's related to iron. What's related to iron?
Wasn't it vitamin K?
K?
I think it's vitamin E.
No. Okay, you think it's K? Okay, say K.
Vitamin K.
Correct answer is vitamin B12 or cobalamin. Toss up for both teams. Math, multiple choice. The derivative of sine cubed of 2 theta with respect to theta is equal to which of the following? W, cosine cubed of 2 theta. X, 3 sine squared of 2 theta. Y, interrupt, B3.
3 sine squared of 2 theta multiplied by 2 cosine cubed of 2 theta.
Incorrect. That's 4 points for Team A, and I'll reread the question for them. The derivative of sine cubed of 2 theta with respect to theta is equal to which of the following? W, cosine cubed of 2 theta. X, 3 sine squared of 2 theta. Y, 6 sine squared of 2 theta cosine of 2 theta. Z, 6 cosine cubed of 2 theta sine squared of 2 theta. A, Captain.
Y.
Y is correct. 4 points for Team A. The bonus is math, short answer. What is the limit as x approaches 0 of the fraction with numerator 2 to the x minus 1 and denominator e to the x minus 1?
ln of 2 over ln of e?
Isn't it just e over 2?
It's just,
Yeah, why is it not?
no, what about ln of 2 over ln of e?
Yeah, doesn't that work?
It's just 2 over
Isn't
Oh.
it two-
Wait, what is it?
isn't
What is
not
it? What is
two
it?
over zero?
What do you have? What do you have?
2 should be 2.
What do you have?
5 seconds.
2.
Correct answer, ln of 2, natural log of 2. Question 19, toss up for both teams, chemistry, multiple choice. If molten sodium is burned in a pure oxygen atmosphere, a salt is formed. Which of the following is the likely identity of this salt? W, Na2O. X, Na2O2. Y, NaO2. Z, NaO3. A, Captain.
Y.
Incorrect. B3.
W.
Correct answer, X. Toss up Earth and space, multiple choice. According to Bowen's reaction series, which of the following minerals would crystallize at the highest temperature? W, olivine. Interrupt, A3.
W.
W is correct. 4 points for Team A. The bonus, Earth and space, short answer. The Great Basin, Gobi, and the Tablamakan are examples of what type of deserts?
Ooh.
Oh, rain shadow deserts.
Are you sure it's rain shadow?
I'm pretty sure. Rain shadow deserts. Okay, fine.
Consider
Richard,
the ramifications.
would you believe me or would you just make up a random word?
I would probably make up a random word.
5 seconds.
Rain shadow desert.
Rain shadow deserts is correct. 10 points for Team A. Question 21, toss-up for both teams. Physics, short answer. A cylinder contains 12 liters of an ideal gas at 280 Kelvin and 15 atmospheres. The temperature is raised to 308 Kelvin and the volume reduced to 8 liters. What is the final pressure of the gas in atmospheres with two significant figures? A, Captain.
22.
Incorrect. B3.
14.
Correct answer is 25.
North Hollywood savors their victory. It was a hard-fought win against Francisco Bravo's strong opposition. At the end of April, North Hollywood heads to Washington, D.C. to fight for victory at the U.S. Department of Energy's 2015 National Science Bowl.
We still have nationals. We gotta get ready for that.
Where are you going next?
Can't catch a break.
Washington, D.C.
Actually, school.
School, yeah.
For more information on the LADWP Science Bowl and other education programs sponsored by the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, log on to www.ladwp.com/Science Bowl.